Service of Northern Ireland over claims they exchanged racist or sectarian text messages. It follows an investigation into a separate internal matter, and no members of the public had received any of the texts. Meanwhile, 20 police officers are being investigated by the Metropolitan Force, along with one civilian worker, concerning 10 claims of racist behaviour. The Sky's David Bowden discovered the Met's commitment to root out racism has had a muted welcome from some black people in North London.
On Tottenham's Broadwater Farm estate, they're sceptical about the Met Police's latest attempt to purge itself of racist officers.
The police in Tottenham seems to have a vendetta, like they've got a score to settle.
It's more than a quarter of a century since PC Keith Blakelock was murdered by a machete-wielding mob on the estate as hundreds of youths rioted. Yet the black community here feels it's still being targeted by police on a daily basis.
I've been pulled over by, let's just say, a various officer. Never found nothing, but when he sees me again, he wants to pull me over again. They don't do their job right.
It's hard to explain, but you know what? It's rife in the Metropolitan Police.
I mean, have you experienced it?
Of course.
Years on end, years on end.
They want to put us all in jail. This year, I've seen a lot of people go jail, to be honest, like never before.
Community worker Stafford Scott welcomes the Met's suspension of officers for alleged racism, but believes more must be done to root out racist behaviour once and for all, and technology may be the answer.
We should have as many cameras involved. We've got CCTV everywhere where it's not necessary. We should have as many cameras focused on police to ensure when these interactions happen that the police behave in a courteous, professional and dignified manner.
And in the longer term, more black officers.
In the longer term, if the police force can create an environment where black officers can go into careers and thrive and go through just like white officers can, then absolutely, why not?
It was this recording, made by a black youth stopped by Metropolitan Police officers last summer and made public this week, that brought the racism issue back to the top of the Met's agenda. Youth worker Nathan John accepts that police officers reflect the society they serve and that racism does exist in this country, but
when you're in a position of power and authority, you need to make sure that you are acting in the right way, that you are being professional. When that uniform's on, when that helmet's on, you know, that every member of the public can look at you and say, there goes an outstanding, you know, officer. And that's what we need to work towards.
For Broadwater Farm and many other communities in the capital, where police racism is an issue, suspension of officers is just the beginning. What action is taken against them in the end will be much more telling. David Bowden, Sky News in Tottenham.
Supermarket